This morning we looked out and saw tons of birds out here. They all ran away when I came out to video, but I'm going to get a shot of them at some point. But we're seeing robins and cedar waxwings and it seems like wrens and blue jays and bluebirds and chickadees all coming back around. You can hear them off in the distance. And so it's time to start building housing for these friends of ours. I put this simple thing up about an hour ago, and I'm not kidding, within 5 minutes. Some friend was in there checking it out, getting ready to build a nest. We'll probably do a video on how to build these. The theme here, of course, is I'm not much of a carpenter, but it's enough that the creatures seem to enjoy. And got a little stainless steel nail that holds this front. So you can go in and clean it out. It's got drainage. Little 4 corners are cut off. I think I found this plant online somewhere. This is all just rough-hewn hemlock from a local mill. Probably cost about $1.50 in parts. And a little piece of sheet metal roof on top, so that should last quite a while. And it's right here next to our outdoor kitchen. And while we're thinking about birds, we might as well think about the wild pollinators. So here's a black locust, very simple structure. This is slabwood black locust from a local mill, just screwed in on the bottom. And these are Japanese knotweed tubes, all sorts of different diameters. Some that are going to fit mason bees, some for leafcutter wasps, some for wind-dangling vinquantian bug, which is a really great pollinator. It's fun because this is a noxious, invasive, blah blah blah, but it's a really beautiful hollow tube, and it's great housing for our friends that do pollination work. So we're going to be putting tons of these up as well. If there's a fence post, there's room for a bird to live in there. Went to clean this one out, and the bottom of the nest from last year was a little bit rotten. I realized it's a bad design, so I added this metal roof. This was allowing water and snow in, which isn't ideal. And so I went in, drilled a hole in the bottom just in case it gets water in again. Have a little screw on this side that allows you to have access. Just enough access. And I put a little mesh in there so they can build their housing on a platform. So in case it does get wet underneath, they're not sitting in it. So a couple little upgrades as our friends come back around and decide where they want to set up shop for the season. Learning that robins and some other types of birds prefer kind of a platform rather than a hole. So there's one. We'll make a bunch more. I don't think I'm going to use plastic for future ones. I just don't like the look of it. We'll use sheet metal roof for them so they last a while. Our neighbor just to the west of us is super generous with putting bird feed out all winter. So we're going to build more houses right next to his bird feeders so that he can provide the food and we'll provide the housing. Lots more work to do here, but I got 2 of the posts. Then skip a few. And another post down there. Hopefully within a week, every single post we've got in the ground will have a birdhouse for some species of bird. That'll do some good work for us. Reading that chickadees and bluebirds are really great pest consumers. They're all interesting, unique beings, and they're all allies in their own right. So we'll just keep building out. Even in our chicken coop, it looks like other birds want to be here too. They probably enjoy all the warmth that's happening from the chicken coop, the compost that's going on in there. So it's a good reminder to build more housing. I mean, this will work. I'm not going to get rid of it, but I might as well build some more houses. There's enough grain out here for everybody. You're a bird. There's your house. We had a robin build a nest right on that platform last spring, so I'm going to put a proper birdhouse up for her this time around so she doesn't have to raise her kids right next to a stovepipe. Made these simple suet blocks, monster utility grade suet blocks for our chickens out of beef tallow and the seed that we've been getting for them. You can see there's sunflower and corn and wheat all in there. Chickens love picking at it, so I took that as a cue to make some for our other friends. Hot animal fat cooked on the wood stove, poured in, a whole bunch of seeds mixed in, and a hardwood steak pushed into it. I'll drill a hole in this and then I can hang it from a tree. And different folks can come through and land on it and get some real good quality energy for these cold nights as they come back into the area and aren't quite sure why the hell they made that choice yet. But these are easy to make and not a big deal, so why not?